day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose, and beside him stood Mattithiah, and Shema, and Ananiah, and Urijah, and Hilkiah, and Messiah on his right hand, and on his left hand Pedaiah, and Mishael, and Malchiah, and Hashum, and Hashbaddanah, Zechariah, and Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people. And when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God. And all the people answered, Amen, Amen, with lifting up their hands. And they bowed their heads, and worshipped the Lord with their faces to the ground. Also Jeshua, and Bani, and Sherebiah, Jamin, Akub, Shabbatai, Hodijah, Messiah, Kelita, Azariah, Jozabad, Hanan, Peliah, and the Levites caused the people to understand the law, and the people stood in their place. So they read in the book in the law of God distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading. And Nehemiah, which is the Tirshatha, and Ezra the priest, the scribe, and the Levites that taught the people, said unto all the people, This day is holy unto the Lord your God. Mourn not, nor weep. For all the people wept when they heard the words of the law. Then he said unto them, Go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared. For this day is holy unto our Lord. Neither be ye sorry, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. So the Levites stilled all the people, saying, Hold your peace, for the day is holy, neither be ye grieved. And all the people went their way, to eat and to drink, and to send portions, and to make great mirth, because they had understood the words that were declared unto them. And on the 2nd day were gathered together the chief of the fathers of all the people, the priests and the Levites, unto Ezra the scribe, even to understand the words of the law. And they found written in the law, which the Lord had commanded by Moses, that the children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of the 7th month, and that they should publish and proclaim in all their cities, and in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth unto the mount, and fetch olive branches, and pine branches, and myrtle branches, and palm branches, and branches of thick trees, to make booths, as it is written. So the people went forth, and brought them, and made themselves booths, every one upon the roof of his house, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of God, and in the street of the water gate, and in the street of the gate of Ephraim. And all the congregation of them that were come again out of the captivity made booths, and sat under the booth. For since the days of Jeshua, the son of Nun unto that day, had not the children of Israel done so. And there was very great gladness. Also day by day, from the first day unto the last day, he read in the book of the law of God. And they kept the feast 7 days. And on the 8th day was a solemn assembly, according unto the manner. Nehemiah chapter 9. Now in the 24th day of this month, the children of Israel were assembled with fasting, and with sackcloth and earth upon them. And the seed of Israel separated themselves from all strangers, and stood and confessed their sins, and the iniquities of their fathers. And they stood up in their place, and read in the book of the law of the Lord their God 1/4 part of the day, and another 4th part they confessed, and worshipped the Lord their God. then stood up upon the stairs of the Levites, Jeshua and Bani, Kadmiel, Shebaniah, Buni, Sherebiah, Bani, and Chinani, and cried with a loud voice unto the Lord their God. Then the Levites Jeshua and Kadmiel, Bani, Hashabniah, Sherebiah, Hodijah, Shebaniah, and Pethahiah said, Stand up and bless the Lord your God forever and ever, and blessed be thy glorious name, which is exalted above all blessing and praise. Thou, even thou, art Lord alone. Thou hast made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their host, the earth and all things that are therein, the seas and all that is therein, and thou preservest them all, and the host of heaven worshippeth thee. Thou art the Lord, the God, who didst choose Abram, and broughtest him forth out of Ur of the Chaldees, and gavest him the name of Abraham, and foundest his heart faithful before thee, and madest a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Jebusites, and the Girgashites, to give it, I say, to his seed, and hast performed thy words. For thou art righteous, and didst see the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, and heardest their cry by the Red Sea, and showedst signs and wonders upon Pharaoh, and on all his servants, and on all the people of his land, for thou knewest that they dealt proudly against them. So didst thou get thee a name, as it is this day. And thou didst divide the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on the dry land. And their persecutors thou threwest into the deeps, as a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, thou leddest them in the day by a cloudy pillar, and in the night by a pillar of fire, to give them light in the way wherein they should go. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgments and true laws, good statutes and commandments, and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath, and commandedst them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses thy servant, and gavest them bread from heaven for their hunger, and broughtest forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and promisedst them that they should go in to possess the land which thou hadst sworn to give them. But they and our fathers dealt proudly, and hardened their necks, and hearkened not to thy commandments, and refused to obey, neither were mindful of thy wonders that thou didst among them, but hardened their necks, and in their rebellion appointed a captain to return to their bondage. But thou art a God ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and forsookest them not. Yea, when they had made them a molten calf, and said, This is thy God that brought thee up out of Egypt, and had wrought great provocations, yet thou in thy manifold mercies forsookest them not in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day, to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night, to show them light, and the way wherein they should go. Thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them, and withheldest not thy manna from their mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. Yea, 40 years didst thou sustain them in the wilderness, so that they lacked nothing. Their clothes waxed not old, and their feet swelled not. Moreover, thou gavest them kingdoms and nations, and didst divide them into corners. So they possessed the land of Sihon, and the land of the king of Heshbon, and the land of Og king of Bashan. Their children also multipliedst thou as the stars of heaven, and broughtest them into the land, concerning which thou hadst promised to their fathers, that they should go in to possess it. So the children went in and possessed the land, and thou subduedst before them the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, and gavest them into their hands, with their kings, and the people of the land, that they might do with them as they would. And they took strong cities, and a fat land, and possessed houses full of all goods, wells digged, vineyards, and olive yards, and fruit trees in abundance. So they did eat, and were filled, and became fat, and delighted themselves in thy great goodness. Nevertheless, they were disobedient, and rebelled against thee, and cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets which testified against them to turn them to thee, and they wrought great provocations. Therefore thou deliveredst them into the hand of their enemies, who vexed them. And in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies thou gavest them saviours, who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. But after they had rest, they did evil again before thee. Therefore leftest thou them in the hand of their enemies, so that they had the dominion over them. Yet when they returned and cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and many times didst thou deliver them according to thy mercies, and testifiedst against them, that thou mightest bring them again unto thy law. Yet they dealt proudly, and hearkened not unto thy commandments, but sinned against thy judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them, and withdrew the shoulder, and hardened their neck, and would not hear. Yet many years didst thou forbear them, and testifiedst against them by thy Spirit in thy prophets. Yet would they not give ear. Therefore gavest thou them into the hand of the people of the lands. Nevertheless, for thy great mercy's sake, thou didst not utterly consume them, nor forsake them, for thou art a gracious and merciful God. Now therefore, our God, the great, the mighty, and the terrible God, who keepest covenant and mercy, let not all the trouble seem little before thee that hath come upon us, on our kings, on our princes, and on our priests, and on our prophets, and on our fathers, and on all thy people since the time of the kings of Assyria unto this day. Howbeit thou art just in all that is brought upon us, for thou hast done right, but we have done wickedly. Neither have our kings, our princes, our priests, nor our fathers kept thy law, nor hearkened unto thy commandments and thy testimonies, wherewith thou didst testify against them. For they have not served thee in their kingdom, and in thy great goodness that thou gavest them, and in the large and fat land which thou gavest before them, neither turn they from their wicked works. Behold, we are servants this day, and for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof, behold, we are servants in it. And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sins. Also they have dominion over our bodies and over our cattle at their pleasure, and we are in great distress. And because of all this we make a sure covenant and write it, and our princes, Levites, and priests seal unto it. Nehemiah chapter 10. Now those that sealed were Nehemiah the Tishatha, the son of Hachaliah, and Zechijah, Sariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Malchijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Malloch, Harim, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Ginnethon, Baruch, Meshullam, Abijah, Mijamin, Messiah, Bilgai, Shemaiah. These were the priests, and the Levites, both Jeshua the son of Azaniah, Binui of the sons of Henadad, Kadmiel, and their brethren, Shebaniah, Hodijah, Kalita, Pelaiah, Hanan, Misha, Rahab, Hashabiah, Zakur, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, Hodijah, Bani, Beninu, the chief of the people, Parosh, Pahath Moab, Elam, Zathu, Bani, Bunni, Asgad,
Babai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, Ater, Hizkijah, Azur, Hodijah, Hashum, Bezai, Harif, Anathoth, Nebai, Magpiash, Meshulam, Hezir, Meshezabil, Zadok, Jadua, Pelatiah, Hanan, Anaiah, Hoshea, Hananiah, Hashub, Halohesh, Pileha, Shobek, Rehum, Hashabnah, Messiah, and Ahijah, Hanan, Anan, Malak, Harim, Bana, and the rest of the people, the priests, the Levites, the porters, the singers, the Nethinims, and all they that had separated themselves from the people of the lands unto the law of God, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, every one having knowledge and having understanding. They clave to their brethren, their nobles, and entered into a curse and into an oath to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses, the servant of God, and to observe and do all the commandments of the Lord our Lord, and his judgments and his statutes, and that we would not give our daughters unto the people of the land, nor take their daughters for our sons. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath, or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year and the exaction of every debt. Also we made ordinances for us to charge ourselves yearly with the 3rd part of a shekel for the service of the house of our God, for the showbread, and for the continual meat offering, and for the continual burnt offering, of the Sabbaths, of the new moons, for the set feasts, and for the holy things, and for the sin offerings, to make an atonement for Israel, and for all the work of the house of our God. And we cast the lots among the priests, the Levites, and the people for the wood offering, to bring it into the house of our God, after the houses of our fathers, at times appointed year by year, to burn upon the altar of the Lord our God, as it is written in the law, and to bring the first fruits of our ground, and the first fruit of all trees, year by year, unto the house of the Lord. Also the firstborn of our sons, and of our cattle, as it is written in the law, and the firstlings of our herds and of our flocks, to bring to the house of our God, unto the priests that minister in the house of our God. And that we should bring the first fruits of our dough and our offerings, and the fruit of all manner of trees, of wine and of oil, unto the priests, to the chambers of the house of our God, and the tithes of our ground unto the Levites, that the same Levites might have the tithes in all the cities of our tillage. And the priest, the son of Aaron, shall be with the Levites, when the Levites take tithes, and the Levites shall bring up the tithe of the tithes unto the house of our God, to the chambers, into the treasure house. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the offering of the corn, of the new wine, and the oil unto the chambers, where are the vessels of the sanctuary, and the priests that minister, and the porters, and the singers. And we will not forsake the house of our God. Nehemiah chapter 11. And the rulers of the people dwelt at Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lots, to bring 1 of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem the holy city, and 9 parts to dwell in other cities. And the people blessed all the men that willingly offered themselves to dwell at Jerusalem. Now these are the chief of the province that dwelt in Jerusalem. But in the cities of Judah dwelt every one in his possession in their cities, to wit, Israel, the priests, and the Levites, and the Nethinims, and the children of Solomon's servants. And at Jerusalem dwelt certain of the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin. Of the children of Judah, Athaiah the son of Uzziah, the son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Shephatiah, the son of Mahalaleel, of the children of Perez, and Messiah the son of Baruch, the son of Kolhose, the son of Haziah, the son of Adiah, the son of Joiarib, the son of Zechariah, the son of Shiloni. All the sons of Perez that dwelt at Jerusalem were 468 valiant men. And these are the sons of Benjamin: Salu the son of Meshullam, the son of Joed, the son of Pedaiah, the son of Kolaiah, the son of Messiah, the son of Ithiel, the son of Jesiah. And after him Gabai, Sallai, 928. And Joel the son of Zichri was their overseer, and Judah the son of Senua was second over the city. Of the priests, Jedaiah the son of Joiarib, Jachin, Sariah the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok, the son of Meraioth, the son of Ahitub, was the ruler of the house of God. And their brethren that did the work of the house were 822. And Adaiah the son of Jeraham, the son of Pelaliah, the son of Amzi, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pasha, the son of Malchiah, and his brethren, chief of the fathers, 242, and Amashai the son of Azariel, the son of Ahasai, the son of Meshillemoth, the son of Immer, and their brethren, mighty men of valor, 128. And their overseer was Zabdiel, the son of one of the great men. Also of the Levites, Shemaiah the son of Hashub, the son of Azrikam, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Buni, and Shabbathai and Jozabad, of the chief of the Levites, had the oversight of the outward business of the house of God. And Mattaniah the son of Micha, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, was the principal to begin the thanksgiving in prayer, and Bakbukiah the second among his brethren, and Abda the son of Shammua, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun. All the Levites in the holy city were 284. Moreover, the porters, Akub, Talmon, and their brethren that kept the gates, were 172. And the residue of Israel, of the priests and the Levites, were in all the cities of Judah, every one in his inheritance. But the Nethinims dwelt in Ophel, and Zihah and Gispah were over the Nethinims. The overseer also of the Levites at Jerusalem was Uzzi the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micha. Of the sons of Asaph, the singers were over the business of the house of God. For it was the king's commandment concerning them that a certain portion should be for the singers, due for every day. And Pethahiah the son of Meshezabeel, of the children of Zerah the son of Judah, was at the king's hand in all matters concerning the people. And for the villages with their fields, some of the children of Judah dwelt at Kirjatharba, and in the villages thereof, and at Dibon, and in the villages thereof, and at Jekabzeel, and in the villages thereof, and at Jeshua, and at Moladah, and at Bethphelet, and at Hazar-Shual, and at Beersheba, and in the village thereof, and at Ziklag, and at Mekona, and in the villages thereof, and at Enrimmon, and at Zareah, and at Jarmuth, Zanoah, Adullam, and in their villages, at Lachish, and the fields thereof, at Azekah, and in the villages thereof. And they dwelt from Beersheba unto the valley of Hinnom. The children also of Benjamin from Geba dwelt at Michmash, and Ijah, and Bethel, and in their villages, and at Anathoth, Nob, Ananiah, Hazor, Ramah, Gittaim, Hadid, Zeboim, Nebalat, Lod, and Ono, the valley of craftsmen. And of the Levites were divisions in Judah and in Benjamin. Nehemiah chapter 12. Now these are the priests and the Levites that went up with Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Malach, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rahum, Meremoth, Iddo, Genetho, Abijah, Meamin, Maadiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, and Joiarib, Jediah, Sallu, Amok, Hilkiah, Jediah. These were the chief of the priests and of their brethren in the days of Jeshua. Moreover, the Levites, Jeshua, Binnui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, which was over the thanksgiving, he and his brethren. Also Bakbukiah and Uni, their brethren, were over against them in the watches. And Jeshua begat Joachim. Joachim also begat Eliashib, and Eliashib begat Joiada, and Joiada begat Jonathan, and Jonathan begat Jaddua. And in the days of Joachim were priests, the chief of the fathers, of Sariah, Moriah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Melichu, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adna, of Meraioth, Helkai, of Edo, Zechariah, of Ginnethon, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zichri, of Meniamin, of Moadiah, Piltai, of Bilgah, Shemua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, and of Joiarib, Mattanai, of Jediah, Uzi, of Salai, Kalai, of Amok, Eber, of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jediah, Nathaniel. The Levites in the days of Eliashib, Joiada, and Johanan, and Jaddua were recorded chief of the fathers, also the priests to the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, the chief of the fathers, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even until the days of Johanan the son of Eliashib. And the chief of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua, the son of Kadmiel, with their brethren over against them, to praise and to give thanks, according to the commandment of David the man of God, ward over against ward, Mattaniah and Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Akub, were porters keeping the ward at the thresholds of the gates. These were in the days of Joachim the son of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of Ezra the priest, the scribe. And at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem they sought the Levites out of all their places, to bring them to Jerusalem, to keep the dedication with gladness, both with thanksgivings and with singing, with cymbals, psalteries, and with harps. And the sons of the singers gathered themselves together, both out of the plain country round about Jerusalem, and from the villages of Netophathi, also from the house of Gilgal, and out of the fields of Geba and Asmaveth. For the singers had builded them villages round about Jerusalem. And the priests and the Levites purified themselves, and purified the people, and the gates, and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah upon the wall, and appointed 2 great companies of them that gave thanks, whereof one went on the right hand upon the wall toward the dung gate. And after them went Hoshea, and half of the princes of Judah, and Azariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah, and Benjamin, and Shemaiah, and Jeremiah, and certain of the priests' sons with trumpets, namely, Zechariah the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zakur, the son of Asaph, and his brethren, Shemaiah, and Azareel, Milalai, Gilalai, Mai, Nethaneel, and Judah, Hanani, with the musical instruments of David the man of God, and Ezra the scribe before them. And at the fountain gate, which was over against them, they went up by the stairs of the city of David, at the going up of the wall, above the house of David, even unto the water gate eastward. And the other company of them that gave thanks went over against them, and I after them, and the half of the people upon the wall, from beyond the tower of the furnaces even unto the broad wall, and from above the gate of Ephraim, and above the old gate, and above the fish gate, and the tower of Hananeel, and the tower of Meah,
even unto the sheep gate, and they stood still in the prison gate. So stood the 2 companies of them that gave thanks in the house of God, and I, and a half of the rulers with me, and the priests, Eliakim, Messiah, Miniamin, Micaiah, Elioenai, Zechariah, and Hananiah, with trumpets, and Messiah, and Shemaiah, and Eleazar, and Uzi, and Jehohanan, and Malchijah, and Elam, and Ezra. And the singers sang loud, with Jezrahiah their overseer. Also that day they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. And at that time were some appointed over the chambers for the treasures, for the offerings, for the firstfruits, and for the tithes, to gather into them out of the fields of the cities the portions of the law for the priests and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priests and for the Levites that waited, and both the singers and the porters kept the ward of their God, and the ward of the purification, according to the commandment of David and of Solomon his son. For in the days of David and Asaph of old, there were chief of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgiving unto God. And all Israel in the days of Zerubbabel, and in the days of Nehemiah, gave the portions of the singers and the porters every day his portion, and they sanctified holy things unto the Levites, and the Levites sanctified them unto the children of Aaron. Nehemiah chapter 13. On that day they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written, that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever, because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit our God turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. And before this, Eliashib the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied unto Tobiah. And he had prepared for him a great chamber, where aforetime they laid the meat offerings, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the corn, the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the offerings of the priests. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem. For in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes, king of Babylon, came I unto the king, and after certain days obtained I leave of the king. And I came to Jerusalem, and understood of the evil that Eliashib did for Tobiah, in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God. And it grieved me sore. Therefore I cast forth all the household stuff of Tobiah out of the chamber. Then I commanded, and they cleansed the chambers. And thither brought I again the vessels of the house of God, with the meat offering and the frankincense. And I perceived that the portions of the Levites had not been given them, for the Levites and the singers that did the work were fled every one to his field. Then contended I with the rulers, and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? And I gathered them together, and set them in their place. Then brought all Judah the tithe of the corn, and the new wine, and the oil unto the treasuries. And I made treasurers over the treasuries, Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe, and of the Levites, Pedaiah. And next to them was Hanan the son of Zaccur, the son of Mattaniah, for they were counted faithful, and their office was to distribute unto their brethren. Remember me, O my God, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for the offices thereof. In those days saw I in Judah some treading winepresses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish, and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah, and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us, and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gates, that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. So the merchants and sellers of all kind of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them, and said unto them, Why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath. And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and that they should come and keep the gates, to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not Solomon king of Israel sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives? And one of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib, the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat, the Horonite. Therefore I chased him from me. Remember them, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood, and the covenant of the priesthood, and of the Levites. Thus cleansed I them from all strangers, and appointed the wards of the priests and the Levites, every one in his business, and for the wood offering at times appointed, and for the first fruits. Remember me, O my God, for good.
Surah 18 of the Holy Quran, translated by Muhammad Habib Shakir. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Surah 18, the Cave, Al-Kahf, revealed at Mecca. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah, who revealed the book to his servant and did not make in it any crookedness, rightly directing that he might give warning of severe punishment from him and give good news to the believers who do good, that they shall have a goodly reward, staying in it forever, and warn those who say, Allah has taken a son. They have no knowledge of it, nor had their fathers. A grievous word it is that comes out of their mouths. They speak nothing but a lie. Then maybe you will kill yourself with grief, sorrowing after them, if they do not believe in this announcement. Surely we have made whatever is on the earth an embellishment for it, so that we may try them as to which of them is best in works. And most surely we will make what is on it bare ground, without herbage. Or do you think that the fellows of the cave and the inscription were of our wonderful signs? When the youth sought refuge in the cave, they said, Our Lord, grant us mercy from Thee and provide for us a right course in our affair. So we prevented them from hearing in the cave for a number of years. Then we raised them up that we might know which of the two parties was best able to compute the time for which they remained. We relate to you their story with the truth. Surely they were youth who believed in their Lord, and we increased them in guidance. And we strengthened their hearts with patience when they stood up and said, Our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. We will by no means call upon any God besides Him, for then indeed we should have said an extravagant thing. These our people have taken gods besides Him. Why do they not produce any clear authority in their support? Who is then more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah? And when you forsake them and what they worship, save Allah, betake yourselves for refuge to the cave. Your Lord will extend to you largely of His mercy and provide for you a profitable course in your affair. And you might see the sun when it rose, decline from their cave towards the right hand, and when it set, leave them behind on the left, while they were in a wide space thereof. This is of the signs of Allah. Whomsoever Allah guides, He is the rightly guided one, and whomsoever He causes to err, you shall not find for him any friend to lead him aright. And you might think them awake while they were asleep, and we turned them about to the right and to the left, while their dog lay outstretching its paws at the entrance. If you looked at them, you would certainly turn back from them in flight, and you would certainly be filled with awe because of them. And thus did we rouse them, that they might question each other. A speaker among them said, How long have you tarried? They said, We have tarried for a day or a part of a day. Others said, Your Lord knows best how long you have tarried. Now send one of you with this silver coin of yours to the city. Then let him see which of them has purest food. So let him bring you provision from it, and let him behave with gentleness, and by no means make your case known to anyone. For surely If they prevail against you, they would stone you to death or force you back to their religion, and then you will never succeed. And thus did we make men to get knowledge of them, that they might know that Allah's promise is true, and that as for the hour there is no doubt about it. When they disputed among themselves about their affair and said, "Erect an edifice over them. Their Lord best knows them." Those who prevailed in their affair said, "We will certainly raise a masjid over them." Some say they are 3, the 4th of them being their dog, and others say 5, the 6th of them being their dog, making conjectures at what is unknown. And others yet say 7, and the 8th of them is their dog. Say, "My Lord best knows their number. None knows them but a few." Therefore contend not in the matter of them, but with an outward contention, and do not question concerning them any of them. And do not say of anything, "Surely I will do it tomorrow," unless Allah pleases. And remember your Lord when you forget and say, "Maybe my Lord will guide me to a nearer course to the right than this." And they remained in their cave 300 years, and some add another 9. Say, Allah knows best how long they remain. To Him are known the unseen things of the heavens and the earth, how clear His sight and how clear His hearing. There is none to be a guardian for them besides Him, and He does not make anyone His associate in His judgment. And recite what has been revealed to you of the book of your Lord. There is none who can alter His words, and you shall not find any refuge besides Him. And withhold yourself with those who call on their Lord morning and evening, desiring His good will, and let not your eyes pass from them, desiring the beauties of this world's life, and do not follow him whose heart we have made unmindful to our remembrance, and he follows his low desires, and his case is one in which due bounds are exceeded. And say the truth is from your Lord, so let him who please believe, and let him who please disbelieve. Surely we have prepared for the iniquitous a fire, the curtains of which shall encompass them about, and if they cry for water, they shall be given water like molten brass, which will scald their faces, evil the drink and ill the resting place. Surely as for those who believe and do good, we do not waste the reward of him who does a good work. These it is for whom are gardens of perpetuity beneath which rivers flow. Ornaments shall be given to them, therein of bracelets of gold, and they shall wear green robes of fine silk and thick silk brocade interwoven with gold, reclining therein on raised couches, excellent the recompense and goodly the resting place. And set forth to them a parable of 2 men. For one of them we made 2 gardens of grape vines, and we surrounded them both with palms, and in the midst of them we made corn fields. Both these gardens yielded their fruits, and failed not aught thereof, and we caused a river to gush forth in their midst. And he possessed much wealth, so he said to his companion, while he disputed with him, I have greater wealth than you, and am mightier in followers. And he entered his garden while he was unjust to himself. He said, I do not think that this will ever perish, and I do not think the hour will come. And even if I am returned to my Lord, I will most certainly find a returning place better than this. His companion said to him, while disputing with him, do you disbelieve in him who created you from dust, then from a small seed? Then he made you a perfect man. But as for me, He, Allah, is my Lord, and I do not associate anyone with my Lord. And wherefore did you not say when you entered your garden, it is as Allah has pleased? There is no power save in Allah. If you consider me to be inferior to you in wealth and children, then maybe my Lord will give me what is better than your garden, and send on it a thunderbolt from heaven, so that it shall become even ground without plant, or its waters should sink down into the ground, so that you are unable to find it. And his wealth was destroyed, so he began to wring his hands for what he had spent on it, while it lay having fallen down upon its roofs. And he said, Ah me, would that I had not associated anyone with my Lord. And he had no host to help him besides Allah, nor could he defend himself. Here is protection only Allah's, the true one. He is best in the giving of reward and best in requiting. And set forth to them parable of the life of this world, like water which we send down from the cloud, so the herbage of the earth becomes tangled on account of it. Then it becomes dry, broken into pieces, which the winds scatter, and Allah is the holder of power over all things. Wealth and children are an adornment of the life of this world, and the ever-abiding the good works are better with your Lord in reward and better in expectation. And the day on which we will cause the mountains to pass away, and you will see the earth a leveled plain, and we will gather them and leave not any one of them behind. And they shall be brought before your Lord, standing in ranks. Now certainly you have come to us as we created you at first. Nay, you thought that we had not appointed to you a time of the fulfillment of the promise. And the book shall be placed, then you will see the guilty fearing from what is in it. And they will say, Ah, woe to us! What a book is this! It does not omit a small one nor a great one, but numbers them all. And what they had done they shall find present there. And your Lord does not deal unjustly with anyone. And when we said to the angels, Make obeisance to Adam, they made obeisance, but Iblis did it not. He was of the jinn, so he transgressed the commandment of his Lord. What? would you then take him and his offspring for friends rather than me? And they are your enemies? Evil is this change for the unjust. I did not make them witnesses of the creation of the heavens and the earth, nor of the creation of their own souls, nor could I take those who lead others astray for aiders. And on the day when he shall say, call on those whom you considered to be my associates, so they shall call on them, but they shall not answer them, and we will cause a separation between them. And the guilty shall see the fire, then they shall know that they are going to fall into it, and they shall not find a place to which to turn away from it. And certainly we have explained in this Quran every kind of example, and man is most of all given to contention. And nothing prevents men from believing when the guidance comes to them, and from asking forgiveness of their Lord, except that what happened to the ancients should overtake them, or that the chastisement should come face to face with them. And we do not send messengers but as givers of good news and warning. And those who disbelieve make a false contention, that they may render null thereby the truth, and they take my communications and that with which they are warned for a mockery. And who is more unjust than he who is reminded of the communications of his Lord? Then he turns away from them and forgets what his two hands have sent before. Surely we have placed veils over their hearts, lest they should understand it, and a heaviness in their ears. And if you call them to the guidance, they will not ever follow the right course in that case. And your Lord is forgiving, the Lord of mercy, were he to punish them for what they erred. He would certainly have hastened the chastisement for them. But for them there is an appointed time from which they shall not find a refuge. And as for these towns, we destroyed them when they acted unjustly, and we have appointed a time for their destruction. And when Musa said to his servant, I will not cease until I reach the junction of the two rivers, or I will go on for years. So when they had reached the junction of the two rivers, they forgot their fish, and it took its way into the sea, going away. But when they had gone farther, he said to his servant, Bring to us our morning meal. Certainly we have met with fatigue from this our journey. He said, Did you see when we took refuge on the rock? Then I forgot the fish, and nothing made me forget to speak of it but the shaitan, and it took its way into the river. What a wonder! He said, This is what we sought for. So they returned, retracing their footsteps. Then they found one from among our servants, whom we had granted mercy from us, and whom we had taught knowledge from ourselves. Musa said to him, Shall I follow you on condition that you should teach me right knowledge of what you have been taught? He said, Surely you cannot have patience with me. And how can you have patience in that of which you have not got a comprehensive knowledge? He said, "If Allah pleases, you will find me patient, and I shall not disobey you in any matter." He said, "If you would follow me, then do not question me about anything until I myself speak to you about it." So they went their way until when they embarked in the boat, he made a hole in it. Musa said, "Have you made a hole in it to drown its inmates? Certainly you have done a grievous thing." He said, "Did I not say that you will not be able to have patience with me?" He said, "Blame me not for what I forgot, and do not constrain me to a difficult thing in my affair." So they went on until, when they met a boy, he slew him. Musa said, "Have you slain an innocent person otherwise than for manslaughter? Certainly you have done an evil thing." He said, "Did I not say that you will not be able to have patience with me?" He said, "If I ask you about anything after this, keep me not in your company. Indeed, you shall have then found an excuse in my case." So they went on until when they came to the people of a town. They asked them for food, but they refused to entertain them as guests. Then they found in it a wall which was on the point of falling. So he put it into a right state. Musa said, "If you had pleased, you might certainly have taken a recompense for it." He said, "This shall be separation between me and you. Now I will inform you of the significance of that with which you could not have patience. As for the boat, it belonged to some poor men who worked on the river, and I wished that I should damage it. And there was behind them a king who seized every boat by force. And as for the boy, his parents were believers, and we feared lest he should make disobedience and ingratitude to come upon them. So we desired that their Lord might give them in his place one better than him in purity and nearer to having compassion. And as for the wall, it belonged to 2 orphan boys in the city, and there was beneath it a treasure belonging to them. And their father was a righteous man. So your Lord desired that they should attain their maturity and take out their treasure, a mercy from your Lord. And I did not do it of my own accord. This is the significance of that with which you could not have patience." And they ask you about Dhil Qarnayn. Say, I will recite to you an account of him. Surely we established him in the land and granted him means of access to everything. So he followed a course, until when he reached the place where the sun set, he found it going down into a black sea, and found by it a people. We said, "O Dhil Qarnayn, either give them a chastisement or do them a benefit." He said, "As to him who is unjust, we will chastise him. Then shall he be returned to his Lord, and he will chastise him with an exemplary chastisement. And as for him who believes and does good, he shall have goodly reward, and we will speak to him an easy word of our command." Then he followed another course. until when he reached the land of the rising of the sun, he found it rising on a people to whom we had given no shelter from it. Even so, and we had a full knowledge of what he had. Then he followed another course, until when he reached a place between the two mountains, he found on that side of them a people who could hardly understand a word. They said, "O Zil-Qarnayn, surely Ya'juj and Ma'juj make mischief in the land. Shall we then pay you a tribute on condition that you should raise a barrier between us and them?" He said, "That in which my Lord has established me is better. Therefore you only help me with workers. I will make a fortified barrier between you and them. Bring me blocks of iron," until when he had filled up the space between the two mountain sides, he said, "Blow," until when he had made it as fire. He said, "Bring me molten brass, which I may pour over it." So they were not able to scale it, nor could they make a hole in it. He said, "This is a mercy from my Lord. But when the promise of my Lord comes to pass, he will make it level with the ground, and the promise of my Lord is ever true. And on that day we will leave a part of them in conflict with another part, and the trumpet will be blown, so we will gather them all together, and we will bring forth hell, exposed to view, on that day before the unbelievers. They whose eyes were under a cover from my reminder, and they could not even hear. What? Do then those who disbelieve think that they can take my servants to be guardians besides me? Surely we have prepared hell for the entertainment of the unbelievers. Say, shall we inform you of the greatest losers in their deeds? These are they whose labor is lost in this world's life, and they think that they are well versed in skill of the work of hands. These are they who disbelieve in the communications of their Lord and his meeting, so their deeds become null, and therefore we will not set up a balance for them on the day of resurrection. Thus it is that their recompense is hell, because they disbelieved and held my communications and my messengers in mockery. Surely as for those who believe and do good deeds, their place of entertainment shall be the gardens of paradise. Abiding therein, they shall not desire removal from them. Say, if the sea were ink for the words of my Lord, the sea would surely be consumed before the words of my Lord are exhausted. Though we were to bring the like of that sea to add thereto. Say, I am only a mortal like you. It is revealed to me that your God is one Allah. Therefore, whoever hopes to meet his Lord, he should do good deeds, and not join anyone in the service of his Lord. End of Surah 18.